Alright guys, I'm going to go over the one that I messed up yesterday really quick. So on this one I got a -1 from both sides, and this is what I forgot to do. I'd have 4 absolute value of 2x minus 5 is greater than 20. Then I would divide both sides by 4. That would give me the absolute value of 2x minus 5 is greater than 5. Then we'd split it into 2x minus 5 is greater than 5, and 2x minus 5 is less than negative 5. I'd add 5 here, add 5 on this side. I'd get 2x greater than 10, and then divide both sides by 2. X I have greater than 5. On this side, I'm going to add 5, add 5. I get 2x less than 0. Divide both sides by 2. I get x less than 0. Now if I were to graph this, I'd have my 0 here going to the left, and that would be an open circle. And over here at 5, I'd have an open circle going to the right. So this is an OR. So this would be our compound inequality. This would be the correct graph. Sorry about that screw up yesterday. Alright, let's continue on. What I'd like to have you do here is see if you can pause the video and try these on your own, and then unpause it to see if you did it correctly. But on this one, the first thing that you want to do is just check this. This is positive. Can a positive number be greater than 3? Sure, it can be. So now, on this one, we're just going to split it right away. X plus 1 greater than or equal to 3, and x plus 1 less than or equal to negative 3. Now, we're going to get rid of that positive 1 by minusing 1 from both sides. X greater than or equal to 2. On this side, -1, x less than or equal to negative 4. To graph this, my negative 4 would be here. I would have a closed circle going to the left. Positive 2 is here. Closed circle going in this direction. So this is an OR, so we don't have to put it together. So there's our compound inequality, and this is the correct graph. This one will be really quick for us. This we know is going to be positive, right? Will a positive be greater than negative 5? A positive will always be greater than negative 5. So this is all real numbers. On letter C, we've got some work to do. We're going to start out by adding 5 to both sides. That would give us 3 times the absolute value of 2t minus 3 is greater than 21. And now we're going to divide both sides by 3. I get the absolute value of 2t minus 3 is greater than 7. Now we're going to split it. 2t minus 3 greater than 7. 2t minus 3 less than negative 7. Over on the left hand side, I'm going to start by adding 3 to both sides. 2t is greater than 10. Divide both sides by 2. T is greater than 5. Over on the right hand side, add 3 to both sides. That gives me 2t is less than negative 4. Divide both sides by 2. I got t is less than negative 2. If I were to graph this up here, I got negative 2, and that's going to be an open circle headed to the left. And here at positive 5, open circle headed to the right. So this is an example of an OR. So my compound inequality is this, t greater than 5 or t less than negative 2. And then this is my correct graph. Alright, number 4 here. We want to always just check this first. We know this is positive. Can a positive be greater than 8? Sure. So now we're going to split it. We're going to have x plus 3 greater than 8, x plus 3 less than negative 8. Minus 3 from both sides. I get x is greater than 5. Minus 3 from both sides. I get x is less than negative 11. If I'm going to graph this, I got my negative 11 here. Open circle going to the left. I got positive 5 here. Open circle going to the right. So here's my correct graph. And because it's an OR, we just have to put an OR in between there. And there's my correct inequality. Compound inequality. Alright, number 5. Let's start out by adding 3 to both sides. I get absolute value of n plus 2 greater than or equal to negative 3. Now, what I want to do here is at this point I want to check. We know this is going to be positive. Will a positive number be greater than or equal to negative 3? Right? And the answer is that it will always be greater than or equal to negative 3. So this is an all real numbers. Or infinite solutions. That's another way to write it. Number 6. I'm going to start out by adding 7 to both sides. 3 times the absolute value of d plus 1 is greater than or equal to negative 1 plus 7 is positive 6. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Absolute value of d plus 1 greater than or equal to 2. I got d plus 1 greater than or equal to 2, and I have d plus 1 less than or equal to negative 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to minus 1 from both sides. D is greater than or equal to 1. Minus 1 from both sides. D is less than or equal to negative 3. Graphing. Negative 3, closed circle, going to the left. Positive 1, closed circle, going to the right. This is an OR. This is the correct compound inequality for the OR and the correct graph. On to the mini assessment. First thing I want to check is, will this positive be less than 3? It certainly can be. So we're going to continue. We're going to have s minus 2 is less than 3. S minus 2 is greater than negative 3. Add 2 to both sides. I get s is less than 5. Add 2 to both sides. I get s is greater than negative 1. Graphing this at negative 1, I have an open circle going to the right. Positive 5, I have an open circle going to the left. So this is an AND. So whenever we have the ANDs, we're going to take the lowest one and flip it. That's going to give me negative 1 less than s less than 5. So here is the correct compound inequality, and here is the correct graph. On number 2, we know that the absolute value is going to be positive. Will a positive number ever be less than 0? The answer is no. This is a no solution. Question number 3. We've got this part, which is positive. Can this positive be greater than 1? Sure it can be. So we can just go ahead and split this. N plus 4 greater than or equal to 1. N plus 4 less than or equal to negative 1. We're going to minus 4 on both sides. N is greater than or equal to negative 3. On this side, minus 4, N is less than or equal to -5. Graphing this, here I am at -5. I would have a closed circle going to the left. -3, I would have a closed circle going to the right. This is an OR. So there's the correct compound inequality, and here's the correct graph. Question number 4. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So that's going to give me 2 times the absolute value of 2y minus 3 is greater than or equal to 10. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. That's going to give me the absolute value of 2y minus 3 greater than or equal to 5. I'm going to split it now. Well, first you should check. This is positive, and can a positive number be greater than 5? Yes. So we're going to continue on. 2y minus 3 is greater than or equal to 5. 2y minus 3 is less than or equal to -5. Add 3 to both sides. 2y is greater than or equal to 8. Divide by 2 on both sides, we get y is greater than or equal to 4. Over here I'm going to add 3 to both sides. 2y less than or equal to -2. Divide both sides by 2. Y is less than or equal to -1. Graph it up here. -1, I have a closed circle going to the left. +4, closed circle running to the right. Last one we have here is a story problem. You're looking at ads for a new bicycle. The price you want to pay is $200 with an absolute deviation of at most $25. Write and solve an absolute value inequality that represents the price you want to pay. I think the easiest way to see this is to graph it. So here's our number line. We have $200. And we have an absolute deviation, which means it can deviate away from that 200 by $25. So we're looking at 225 or 175. Now, it does say in here at most, I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, at most $25. So that tells me we're going to have a closed circle, because at most it could be equal to. And so basically what we have here is an and. We have from this line an arrow going in this direction, and from this line we have an arrow going in this direction. So for the 175, we're going to have x, and looking at the end of the arrow, is greater than or equal to 175. And we have x, looking at the end of the arrow, less than or equal to 225. So what we're going to do now is, because we know this is an and, we have to put it together. We're going to take the smallest one and flip it. 175 less than or equal to x, and we're going to include that, less than or equal to 225. There is the correct compound inequality. This is the correct graph. Alright guys, that's it. Good luck on the Big Ideas assignment. If you have any questions, make sure you hop on the Google Math Help Meet.